Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, so here we are. I was going um, on either side about what to do first for the Batman. I've started the Batman movie commentary, and indeed I have finished it, but they blocked it, and it pissed me off so much that. I have now rage to spit out, and I will spit out in the form of ending doing the 2 and 3 of the Nolan trilogy that I absolutely despise. Wait, so before you say, oh my god, you're crazy, you're dumb, Heath Ledger is great, I agree. I love Heath Ledger. I love Tom Hardy. And I love Tom Hardy in I love all of his work except for Venom. But the Venom franchise, I don't understand uh, except for the paycheck because they seem relatively easy and fastly done, and they bring out a lot of money. I don't know why people like it. It's fucking trash. And I also think the Nolan trilogy is trash. It's the Dark Knight is a great Joker movie for this reinvention of the Joker. Um, Even if they completely misunderstand and sometimes I still don't understand it myself. It seems pretty clear that whoever's writing I don't remember who was writing credits. I think it's again a combination of Nolan and Goyer and Jonathan Nolan. I think Jonathan Nolan wrote the script, the lines of the Joker, because the Joker has all the better lines. When Heath Ledger's Joker speak, it's great, compelling. It's nuts. It's anarchy. It's creative. It's never been seen before. So I like it a lot. As I always said, when I want to watch The Dark Knight, I just go on YouTube and watch 40 some minutes of Heath Ledger scenes because that's all this movie has to give. And so yeah, so again, like Mask of the Phantasm, I am watching the movie as I don't want to do a full commentary because well, as always, my videos are always long because I have a lot of things to say about everything Batman. But I'm just listening to the movie as a reference because I don't know it by frame, and I want to give you guys the best and most refined version of my thoughts and why, and also defend why I think like I do, and also why I critique the film like I do. So let's not lose any time. Let's go. So I'm gonna start it, but I'll be jumping around often. So don't try to. It's not a straight commentary. So don't start press play as I press play. I know it begins with the bank robbery scene, and I won't do 10 minutes of the bank robbery. There's not a lot to say about it. Nothing positive anyway. So well, okay. I haven't seen it in a long time because I avoided like the plague. I know Heath Ledger's lines by heart. I've seen him. I've seen this movie anytime, many times, and I've hated it more and more each time, just like Rises. Um, I think Nolan doesn't understand Batman at all. I think his creative team had a few they had a lucky break with Batman Begins, and they had an even luckiest. They were even more lucky that people embraced the franchise like they did. So yeah, let's go. I'll give my thoughts more clearly as I watch it. So again, firstly, the score. Score is amazing. Um, yeah, okay. The blue tone is okay for the. I don't know what I like the poster that says begins, falls, rises, and the below it says begins fear, falls chaos, rises pain. I like these themes. They try to tackle. They try, but they didn't do it at all. And so yeah, let's jump into this great Joker movie. Uh, because here we go. We start with the Joker, and just I like the long shot in the beginning. It's very gritty. It's very inventive for a heist scene. I like the camera angle on the what we know is the Joker. I like the anticipation. I like not seeing his scarred, very deeply scarred face. I like, as always, with Christopher Nolan's films. And without before I go on, I just want to make a point about Christopher Nolan because for right now it must seem like I hate him, and I don't. I think he is there's a reason why he is so prolific. I think I love Inception. I love Inception to death. I think it's a masterpiece. Um, I like that he always works with Hans Zimmer, who is one of the greatest virtuosos out there. I like a lot of his ideas. Sometimes, here's the thing: Christopher Nolan has a lot and a lot and a lot of good ideas, but he seems to get lost in them, and that's a problem he faces. And Jonathan Nolan, his brother, I don't know him by heart, but I like the movie show Person of Interest, which he created. I like the show a lot. I think it talks very much to the um, modern urban cities, how the government spies on people and how government uses information in our times. I think it's very good. Um, but yeah, so I just think I like that Nolan's good or bad. Um, I haven't seen all his movies yet, but he always writes and directs them, and I think that's great. Um, Maybe he doesn't write. I just hope that he wouldn't have worked with Goyer for the trilogy. I hate Goyer. He I think he is dumb. I think he is very unrefined in his writing. I think he is cliche. I think he is vulgar. I think he doesn't understand the lore. And for everything, but they got something right. They got something the people wanted, and they successfully revived the Batman franchise that was completely dead since Batman and Robin. So I cannot complain totally because I believe that without Christopher Nolan's trilogy, we wouldn't have had the Batman from Matt Reeves because it would have been such a leap of faith to do something because he took a leap of faith on going extra modern and what's real, the reality of it, even if a lot of things are not very real to me, but that's what he went for, and that worked for his vision of it. I maybe not like it, but it did a lot of good. It did money for the studios. It gave us a three great soundtracks. That's how I see it. So don't call me negative all the time. I try to find the nuggets of positive that I can. So I love the Joker's theme. Joker's theme is great. The razors on the piano. I think it's perfect. Like I said, great Joker movie, great tribute. I mean, when you say that Heath Ledger has like 45 minutes of screen time, it's like half the well, third of the movie, but he that's why he had to have a team, because before with Jack Nicholson, Batman had a team because it was a Batman movie. But now this is a Joker movie, so we start with the Joker team. And yeah, so as many of Nolan's work, it gets very, very convoluted. And I have to admit that after in 2008, I went on first, I was there in the cinema, the first viewing, the first day. And I remember I didn't sleep that night just because I was so looking forward to it. And I mean, there's a lot of things I didn't understand from the plot of this. Maybe I'm just stupid, but all these guys throwing grenades at people, Nolan assumes a lot of things. I wouldn't have. Why does he? It's like we can say for a lot of things. Oh well, the Joker is just nuts. So, but he does. That's my number one problem with this movie and this iteration of the Joker. He says he's nuts. He says he's complete anarchy. Nolan says all this and he yells it at your face. Anarchy, anarchy, chaos, uh, grunge, madness, um, Machiavellian. Is really Machiavellian because if he's so mad and insane and he doesn't have a plan, what do you call this? This is having a really tight plan with all the civilians holding to grenades. Um, so, I mean, if you put a clutch open grenade to me in my hands, I wouldn't know. I would completely start to panic and yell and scream and try to throw it as far as I can, um, because I don't know what to hold. I don't know what. I mean, yeah, and so there it is. Even the bus driver knocks the guy out, and that's just completely pure stupid. It's like, firstly, it wouldn't knock a guy out. So you have to put, that's it. So that's the problem. You want to, okay, Nolan, you want to talk about reality. A bus, first, this bus seems in great condition for having passed through the entry of a fucking bank. And this isn't the local bank at the little town. This is the fucking Gotham Bank. So it's fucking heavy. It had to climb stairs. So all the unseen. That's what Nolan doesn't think about. The unseen. Yeah, what we see is funny and great because I think, yeah, a bus car trashing the portal, the complete entry of the Gotham Bank, and the driver knows, and the Joker had to add exactly the guy in the exact position to knock the guy out from a bus who just had the bus's momentum wasn't good. It just went through a fucking, like I said, the arches and windows and doors of the bank, while going down, going backwards. So if you get knocked by a guy, by this bus at this speed, at this condition, at this momentum, you would say, "Ah, fuck." You would just get back on your feet. It's like, oh, that was weird. It hurts a little, but what the fuck, whatever. What was that? So all this, he had to put the feet of the guy, and be sure and talk to him, just so he be sure and clear for the. I know it doesn't matter, maybe, but it just comes to speak about Nolan's. He filmed all this. Do you know how all of this costs? Millions and millions of dollars by each scene. So, I mean, why the Joker just had to get him down, but no, he's a perfect mastermind. So even up to a beat of a fucking backwards going bus through the entry of the Gotham Bank will knock out the guy you're talking about. And this guy, he knows the plan, he knows everything, and he's gonna wake up in a few minutes if you knocked him out with a fucking bus. So he's not even dead. So you killed perfectly, and everyone, not one person, not one thief um, missed their comment, or got into a fight, or everything went smooth, perfect, no problem. And that's my problem with a lot of this Joker thinking. It's too perfect, it's too clean, it's too again refined. I know I use that word a lot. It is I mean, it is very clean and well thought through. It's more like a CIA operation than an anarchic uh, puzzle game that you can just flip a coin and whatever, Russian roulette all the time. No, it's so precise. That's my problem. It's too precise. If it was really anarchic, and first the bus, very stupid to use. I know you'll say, "Oh yeah, but he goes right in a line of buses," and I have a lot of shit to talk about that too. Yeah, this is a fucking rant, guys. I don't. I It's gonna be a long one. It's like, again, the unseen, to break my point back. Okay, so in the back, inside the bank. Okay, plan's good, plan's working. Gotta go. Take all the money in the bus. Joker kills the last guy. Whatever. I like how he does it. It's like, doesn't care at all. I like that he places because he's joking. So I, when he puts the fumigen bomb in William Fichtner hand with a rope, and all this tension for just a gag that he won't be there to see. I mean, again, it's always it's that's the problem. It's like you can explain every issue with this movie with, oh, but it's the Heath Ledger's Joker, so it works and it's fine. No, it's not fine. Exactly. If you want to pay a real tribute and a real legacy to Heath Ledger, you should put more thought into how Heath Ledger built a transformative and epic and a worldly that is still going on strong performance that will never be forgotten, that will endure the test of time. So that's the problem, and he's like he's okay. So let's just continue a little bit, because I could be here for hours. Okay, so kills the last guy, and of course, first reveal, first line. And yeah, what William Fichtner says is I like it. I like this small dialogue. Whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. Again, again, all of Heath Ledger's lines are like from a different movie. It's like it's like how Batman talks, how Harvey Dent talk, how Gordon talks. Everybody is they just seem like in a different movie. Don't get me started on all the fucking idiot dumb cops. And but Heath Ledger he sells it so well, but he's like in the different movie because he has a different um he's like in a different universe. He's like his speech pattern and um his his words comes from not from the world that we see. I don't know if you get what I mean, but I understand myself. So yeah. So what Fichtner? I don't think he has a name for. He's just playing the bank manager or whatever. I like what he said when he was on the floor. The criminals of the city used to believe in honor, respect like the mob. And we saw a lot of the mob, so it's a great continuation of the theme of Batman Begins. Because now the mob is gonna get challenged by the Joker. And it was a great way to introduce it and a great opening line for the Joker. So again, when Joker's there, everything's good. A last from the unseen, because what's going on outside right now? What is going on? There's a bus backwards that broke into the Bank of Gotham in broad daylight for everyone to see. The alarms must be going nuts everywhere. We don't hear any alarm. Oh yeah, they cut the alarm in the beginning, the roof. But I mean, it's a modern bank. It's Gotham's fucking bank, and the mob owns some of it. So there must be silent alarms. I mean, thugs that are off. The police must be going insane. SWAT teams must be going insane. I mean, it's full on urgent matter now. And there's like, what about all the street cameras? Again, referencing Person of Interest from Jonathan Nolan. What? It's the Bank of Gotham. There are cameras on outside the street. So okay, Nolan, you want to play this game of ultra realism? Okay, I'll critique your movie with an ultra realism mindset and see what you can get out with. So get away with, I meant to say. So, Heath Ledger reveal, incredible. Scars are perfect. Um, and that's the thing. I don't like the Joker we saw in the deleted scene of the Batman. Of course, I didn't see enough of him to have a good critique. I mean, there were no scenes really. Um, So, but I just say that for the appearance, for the look, Heath Ledger is still very. I don't grade Jokers. I mean, of course, if you want to say who wins between Heath Ledger and Jared Leto, Heath Ledger wins. If you put it against Jack Nicholson, I'm not so sure anymore because they're for their time and their style of Gotham, of the mythos, of the lore, of the kind of Batman they're going against. The universe is the world they inhabit is so vastly different that I cannot compare them face to face. I compare Ledger and Leto because they're both in a modern DC world. But yeah, so I don't like to compare them very much. They're all great in their respective. manners. But it's hard to complain. It's hard not to say that Heath Ledger is, if not one of the best, well, pretty damn near. So I like the just throws the gun in, close the door, yeah, and then the little gag with the fumigant, yeah, good gag. So yeah, okay. So the unseen. What's going on now? The bus is going full of sand and debris from the opening doors of Gotham's bank. Gotham's freaking bank, and pulling out in complete traffic. And you say, oh yeah, but the light was green, so you had to mess with it. I mean, look at all those cars that are going the other side. You're telling me that nobody went like, what the actual fuck is going on? And you say, oh yeah, but he paid all the buses that we see is all paid for and a part of the plan again, the plan. Yeah, but uh, you can't employ, and you can't tell me that not all the civilians. Where's the directing? Again, lazy Nolan, lazy. All the civilians, all the guys coming in their cars from the other side. Nobody's looking. And it's a fucking bus full of debris. It's like, what the hell? It doesn't make any sense. Nobody moves. Nobody makes a gesture. And the fucking police is right there. They're 5 seconds late for the bus to come on. And they would have known. Just with first thing they would have done. They would have called the security the security of Gotham office, get me a good look and record everything through the street cameras. We got him. We know he's in the second to last bus. Let's get him. Done. This plan was useless. Done. But no, he goes away with it because he's the Joker and he's perfect. Done. Again, the dialogue of the gangsters. I get there's a lot of cringe. There's a lot of cringy dialogue coming from a lot of characters. Often the side characters, often the just random characters. But it counts because when everybody talks like they're fucking stupid, you have more chance of gaining the Powerball than running into him. Really? Really? Because from what they say later in the movie, um, if Harvey Dent can lock up half the city's criminals, um, and they don't say, that's the thing I would have liked to know how jump what's the time jump from Begins to Dark Knight, because they don't say, because they always the classic interviewing the mayor, Batman, good or bad, blah blah blah, and it's like the only response I like is, we'll see later, it's Harvey Dent's, because he says, yeah, investigation of Batman suspects. It's like, really, Abraham Lincoln. It's dumb, and like it breaks up the movie. It gets you out of the movie, and then we have this sublime shot of Gordon waiting by the bat signal in the rooftop, like all badass. It's like you just make a stupid joke. It's like Marvel. It's dumb Marvel thinking. And no, I don't like Marvel at all. So you just had this great. I mean, I just destroyed it. The bank robbery was done, and in 10 seconds, again, ultra realism. Think, lazy man. So if they don't have, If they had Batman suspects, put real suspects. Put, I don't know, anyone. Or just don't show it at all. Because the investigation is ongoing. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense that the Gotham PD has a squad of investigators that are going on and say, who is Batman? Like in the comics, like in year one, when Jim Gordon goes to Bruce Wayne's home, and even after seeing Bruce Wayne doing the Playboy play with a lot of prostitutes or escorts, and even then, when he gets out in the car, he says, "Yeah, but a crazy guy like that would go to a lot of things. He would go pretty far to hide who he is really." So even by seeing the Playboy, the 100% pure Playboy billionaire, he still doesn't buy it. He still thinks, yeah, there's a clear chance that this is the Batman. So it's just, again, it's just stupid. I know, I don't know if it's to lighten the mood, but contrasting it with this, again, epic shot of the bat signal with Gordon, it doesn't work at all. So there's a speak with the I don't remember. It's, yeah, Ramirez, and I like some of Gordon's character. I like reminding people that he's out there. So again, it just again. So I was assuming that Batman is out every night, like in the Batman, and I again I don't like the Scarecrow cameo because the last time we saw Jonathan Crane, he was in the hospital going crazy, permanently crazy. They said in Batman Begins it's permanent. That's why he's all the tension when he saves Rachel. Yet I have to save her before the damage become permanent, and people will say to defend it. Oh my God, so many bullshit in this scene. Um, because yeah, so the effects will be permanent. Okay, so Jonathan Crane, Batman, gassed him with a fucking all he had in his tank. Because remember, in Batman Begins, he says, when he gets those in Rachel's face, we see the amount of powder it creates. So we're like, and he said, "Oh, she doesn't have for long. I gave her a heavy dose." So okay, that's in our minds. What the blast of powder we saw was a heavy dose. Batman gave him twice that, or at least the same thing. So, same principles. Think, lazy Nolan. Heavy dose, doesn't have much time, effects become permanent. But here he is, and people say, "Oh yeah, but he's now not Jonathan Crane. He's completely Scarecrow because he's gone insane on his own stuff." No, because if he's really, again, like the Joker, if he's really that insane, he can't run. And they said, just like they just said, he runs a drug operation. Because his customers are going crazy. So he would be like that. Jonathan Crane would be induced with fear toxin permanently every second of every day. So why is he all casual? I mean, I love Cillian Murphy to death, but it just, they could have done so much more interesting things with Scarecrow, even just for a scene or two, but something intelligent and that made sense, and that was believable, and that was a continuation of Batman Begins. And now it seems like we cannot forget about Batman Begins. None of this matters. So now for the Random civilians that dress up as Batman and use guns. Um, Again, they have bulletproof vests. They have a lot of automatic machine guns, and there we have the tank again. So and Crane saying, "Oh, that's not him," and that's more like it. He sounds like you want Batman to appear, even when Batman leaves. He says, "Batman says I don't need help," and Crane says, Scarecrow says, "Not my diagnosis." Again, a great banter for Batman, but and he's lying with. He doesn't wait for the cops. He doesn't. He just lines them up like, and he treats the civilians that are putting their life in danger to fight the mob, to fight criminals. He just leaves them there, handcuffed or something. I believe they're handcuffed, or else they would move, or they would flee, or something. But no, he just leaves them there. It's like, but hey, we just risk our lives to do what you do. And sorry we brought guns because we can't all be master martial artists with tanks and billion-dollar suits and gadgets and training to do what you do because there's only one Batman. But oh, sorry for trying to do our part. So that's what you think of us, of regular people going, because they run a higher risk than Batman. Batman is infinitely more skilled, more protected, more everything. They have nothing. They have ballistic armor and guns. That's it. So, and they fight criminals. And I don't like the set they decided to just okay, reveal scene for Batman. What do we do? Blah blah blah. It's like, oh yeah, an epic something, and oh no, we just go through a parking lot. A parking lot for the Dark Knight. The oh, I don't know how much, how long and how much looking to sequel. How do we begin? I mean, we begin with Heath Ledger with a pointless but kind of better ambitious scene. And how do we begin with Batman? Or just a fight in a parking lot? I don't know, whatever. Lazy Nolan, lazy Nolan. And I like the fact that he's not in the car, but the place is very well lit. So, and I don't know, again, a lot of these mobsters, they just have dumb faces. The extras, Nolan movies have something in common. The extras always suck hard. It's like they have no direction, or either that, or in at the editing stage, Nolan is very lazy. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. It's just they just suck. If you look at this movie, if you analyze this movie once or twice, you'll see that often the reaction of the extras don't match the actual scene, the actual flow of the scene, and that bugs me, and that should bug us because it's a blockbuster Batman movie. Jesus Christ, handle your shit, fuck. And how do we appear? Who does Batman beats first? Just a guy trying to help, not a criminal. Fights are lazy. He's in a suit. He's, again, fights. He said, oh, Christian Bale did all the fighting. Yeah, look. I like it. This is not the Matrix. They don't have months and months and months of martial arts preparation, and even then, they use stuntmen, stunt doubles, of course. Um, and when you have the Batman, a guy that is up from the head to toe, that we only see his mouth. That's why you play him in the shadows, because you can get away with stuntman. But if you want to use Christian Bale, if you want to get him trained, that's all well and good. He did great things in Batman Begins. But of course, in Batman Begins, the problem is that we didn't see it. Now we see it, of course, and it's in a very well lit parking lot. That Batman should throw gas, smoke bomb, or something. But no, he just appears very slowly. He doesn't move tactically. His moves don't make any sense. The flow of the punches and the self-defense and the attacks are very, very clunky, and that can be the same can be said for all the movie, all of it. It's very clunky. It's very not efficient. It's very telegraphic, and any martial artist could say that it fucking sucks. And Batman fights against dogs, so that's why he has to get a new armor, because my armor carries too much weight. Boo hoo 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 hoo. Yeah, carries too much weight. Get stronger muscles. You're the fucking Batman. You're not supposed to always be complaining about your $1 billion suit. Yeah, and the joke, I call it a joke because I'm not turning my head and blah. We'll get to it later. But oh my god, this fucking movie. So lazy. Okay, so gets attacked by dogs, and he has his gadget he has trying a new thing. And he's trying to cut open a van. It's like, what the fuck for? What are you trying to achieve? Even if you cut a huge hole, you can't go into it. You can't. I mean, I get the point of the gadget to break guns. That's smart. That's a Batman thing. But just. This is too dumb. I mean, just cutting it open for what? Do like Mask of the Phantasm, blow up the tires, and apprehend Scarecrow. That's it. He's Scarecrow. Where the fuck? What the fuck does he think? Do you think he's gonna do against Batman? It's like he can fear toxin you. You have the remedy. So, and because it breaks, because it was a stupid plan, it gets smacked into a wall. Yeah. And I love. It's one of the last. It's the last time we see the Batsuit into the light, but it might be my favorite Batsuit because I like this. It was bulky. The cowl was huge. The neck was huge. Um, the muscles were big. The gadgets were in view. So it all blended together, and it's such a fucking shame how they changed, how they modified the suit. Here looked like angry, like he looked like the panther, always ready to fucking jump onto you and to smash out your and to smash your carotid. You know, he was always like he was on edge. He was always violent and angry and fucking. He looked imposing, and to go to be faster and to turn his head, it's like, okay, you defeated Ra's al Ghul, and you've beat Batman for I don't know how long, but you're still okay. So now, because of dogs and of your stupid gadget that want to cut open a car. You say, "Oh no, need to change my suit." So dumb. He looks imposing. From the back, it looks great. From the side, it looks great. Yeah, and he lands on the car. Oh, and the jaw. I'm not wearing hockey pads. So stupid. So he's putting Scarecrow along with the fake Batmans. Doesn't make any damn sense. And again, he appears in a. The thing about the lightly irradiated bills, Batman appears, it's like. In the Batman, it makes sense. It is organic. Oh, you have a photo. Oh, I forgot about that. Gordon shows a photo of the Joker. Yeah, so if you can take a photo of his face, you can surely film him. You can surely read the license plates. You can surely uh, put a task force on all the dead thieves you took, all the dead bodies. No, no correlation, no link. Oh, because Joker is so random and anarchic and he gets crazy people to do this job. No, the people who did this bank job weren't crazy. They were professionals, and they got just killed for no fucking reason. Just to is as with Nolan always. Just not because it's good storytelling, because it looks good. It gives you the illusion that it's defined and well thought through and keeps you on the edge, but it's really just dumb. And again, that Batman gave irradiated bills to, again, when I was younger, I took a lot of time thinking about this bank east and the mob banks and how they how they tried to attack them and locate them. It's like way too complicated. It's not complicated, but it's not needed. It's like, yeah, mob have banks. Why do you keep it in banks? Mob have the mob. I don't think the mob. I mean, unless it's a bank they fucking own or something, why would they put their money there? It's so just for it to get stolen easily. So what the fuck? And this, yeah, it's great technology you have with your tank and your armor and your gadget and your lightly irradiated bills and your here he opens a radioactive scanner. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of gadgets and a lot of toys. You must be pretty damn rich. Well, who's your age, your height, is as the money to it's dumb. And I won't get started on the voice. What angers me is that in Begins, his voice was still audible, was still was still like a menace, like just the right tone of graspy. Now again, and it goes down and down with the new suit, and the new up in the clouds voice, the raspy to raspberry voice. It's fucking ridiculous. And what I hate the most is that it wasn't an acting choice from Bell. It was Nolan who constantly said, "Go up and up with the voice, crazy, crazier, crazier, crazier." That in Rises, his Welsh accent goes right through because He's yelling with just such a stupid fucking voice. And the white bat cave, it's so dumb. I know Wayne Manor is destroyed, but your cave isn't. Like, your cave is basically a pretty fucking good place to be. It's in the forest, it's untraceable. Here, it's very easy to see someone in night or day, seeing your car getting up through that platform. It's like, it's not secured at all. And why the aesthetic is ugly? There are no bats. They're just again lazy Nolan. Just when does Batman appear? What's his big first fight? Oh, parking lot. Okay, where's this Batcave now? Uh, underground thing. Okay, what do we put to create the theme of Batman, the aesthetic of the Bat, even if it's temporary? It has to be. I mean, at this point, put on the fucking put anything Batman in this fucking cave, this fucking underground cement square with white lights. Oh yeah, that's the thing Batman likes, a fucking white light. Being in the light always, always, always. And making broad philosophical speeches in broad fucking daylight. That's what Batman does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, extras or actors acting terribly when there's no dialogue, not well directed. I love I don't like Katie Holmes as an actress, but I mean, she must have eaten her socks when she passed on to be in the future installments of this trilogy. But again, nothing against Maggie Gyllenhaal. I've seen her in other things. I just don't know why she looks so not sick, but her face is like puffy or with crease, and in other media and other movies I've seen her, she doesn't look like that. So I don't know if it's the light or the what, but she's very beautiful in it. In this movie she looks weird. And I'll say again, positive for once about this movie. I think Aaron Eckhart was the perfect choice to play this version of Harvey Dent. I think he played it perfectly with what he had. I think it's a goddamn shame and stupid, again, lazy stupid, that they killed him off. And I liked his makeup. I liked how he became. I don't like. I don't like the character of Rachel. Rachel in Batman Begins was great, because that's the thing in Batman Begins, the team. It was all Batman-y. The cave, the childhood friends, the joke of the condensed milk, Alfred. It was very close. It was very well um, designed to be around the Bat, and more of the. It was of course an origin story, but it had a lot. It had so much more heart than this movie that is just a like the Batcave. This movie is like the Batcave, underground rectangle square with white lights. That's what that movie is. It has no, well, it's not well designed. It's not well thought through. It's not sophisticated. It's just a bunch of money. Again, like the Schumacher movies. Just a lot of good money and a lot of good actors being awfully directed, and well, their characters are fucking stupid. Rachel, and I hate what Rachel became. We'll get through it. But I like Eric Roberts. Some would think it's a dumb. I mean, he's so a B-list actor, but I think he worked great here, except when he's awfully directed and in future scenes. In the first Joker scene with him, I mean, he looks like a mobster. He talks like a mobster. He always has this. He's very snarky but like the guy on the stand, he's so over the top, comical, stupid. And he gets a gun on Harvey. It's like, but the gun jams. And I don't like that. Harvey Dent knowing how to break down a gun without even looking. It's like, are you a fucking special agent or something? Because it's like you just almost been killed and oh, she's laughing. She's laughing. Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking good luck. The gun jammed. And I hate their relationship. I don't see the point of it except to make up Two-Face. I don't think it's a good motivation. I don't think it's a good origin story for Two-Face. But I like that he has a lot of scenes with Gordon. I like their different points of view on the state of things in Gotham. I like that they're the two uncorruptible people in the yeah, like it just says, fancy stuff for a city cop. It's like, yeah, nobody brings the green light on. It's like, oh yeah, a lot of fancy stuff going on around that Batman guy. But Batman normally he doesn't speak only when he absolutely needs to. He speaks with Jim and nobody else. He doesn't appear in broad daylight in bank vaults. He stays in the shadows. He is at night. And if he's not at night, you better well know that there's a fucking good reason. Yeah, and like Gordon said, all the cops are corrupt. Yeah, it's Gotham. We already know that. Jesus Christ, I'm only 18 minutes in. This will never end. And again, the Wayne penthouse. I don't like it. I hate I the character I hate the most in that franchise. Again, played by a great actor, Morgan Freeman plays it very well, but this character absolutely destroys Batman, the mythos, the skills, the merit. That's the word, merit. Lucius Fox destroys, annihilates Batman's, Bruce Wayne's merits. Bruce Wayne's travels, Bruce Wayne dedication, Bruce Wayne spirit, Bruce Wayne smartness, his brain, his ruse, his strategy, his skills in all different areas. All the sacrifices he took to become what he has become. And again, we never see him train. I mean, for one thing, we saw Ben Affleck train. I think, and people says, it's a CrossFit scene, but yeah, it's what Bruce Wayne does with a lot of his day. He fucking trains. Okay, so now we're at the restaurant scene with Bruce Wayne, who is with the ballerina, and Rachel, that is with introducing Harvey Dent. And that scene made me hate Rachel so much, and I will explain why in a few seconds. First, of course, the Playboy persona, that's well played. Um, course, he knows that it's Harvey Dent. I mean, it's obvious. Um, I own the place. Another Bruce Wayne thing to say. And first, I hate it's again. It's the first. It's the same conversation. Um, than in Batman Begins. First, it's the same beats. It's it's but it's a lot of fighting. Then it's a sit down restaurant scene. Uh, that one character defines herself not through her character, not through her charisma, but by just saying, "Oh, this Batman, oh, he is crazy," and Bruce Wayne says, "Yeah, yeah, you have to be crazy to dress like a bat, like must have some big issues there." And they say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and you can't raise children in a city like this, like. We have a vigilante running around, and people need a person like you. Then like you. They don't need Batman, they need Harvey Dent, and blah blah blah. And it's always the same discussion: Batman good or bad? I think bad because I'm a brainless, whatever. And so now we get to the point of destroying the Rachel character, or what little she had as a character. And I don't like Bruce Wayne's physique. He really, yeah. I like. Just to interrupt, I like Harvey's line that people are proud of a just a random civilian take doing what's right, and yeah, yeah. And the ballerina says, "Oh no, they need people like you, people with a face, legal people." Again, it's so with all the lore we can explore, with all the money they have, with all the talent, the talent that is on screen. That's the best you can do. You can come up with these random cliche middle of the sack lines, futile. Rachel doesn't look at, I mean, and he says, Batman says, "Yeah, I was raised up here. I turned up quite good." And again, it's a good joke. But again, everyone should say, weren't you gone for like 7 or 8 years? Like, you weren't raised here. You went to college in another city, and then you were never in Gotham from like teenager to 30 years old. So that's the thing I don't understand, but nobody brings it up because they're all fucking dumb. Um, and again, so finally, why Rachel sucks in more ways than one. Rachel knows what was the end of Batman Begins. Rachel says on the grounds of the destroyed Wayne Manor, Rachel says, "The man I loved, he never really came back at all." Yes, but still, Batman loves her. She knows Bruce loves her. And I hate this line. Again, Harvey, the dialogue goes like this and this and this and this. It's, Batman can do this for the rest of his life. Actually, yeah. Yeah, he can, because he's a fucking Batman. And Bruce Wayne is so depressed, and oh yeah, he's right, and blah blah blah, breaking character. It's like off, wrong direction, wrong line, wrong about the mythos, wrong about everything. It, can do that the rest of his life. Yeah, he will do it until his body let go. And even when his broken body, he will fucking put on a suit and do bad Dark Knight Returns on your fucking asses. So don't tell me he can do this for the rest of his life. Yeah, he'll do it until it kills him, because that's the willpower of the Batman. Not some guy that goes training with the League of Shadows, do Batman for 2 years, then disappears for 8, and then takes the mental back for a week or two and saves a nuclear bomb and takes his retirement at 38. 38? How about 68? How about when your knees don't hold anymore, but you're still doing it? What about the Dark Knight Returns? What about the epicness, the savagery, the great fortitude of the willpower of the bat, the fucking bat? That's why this character is so iconic. That's why he's a legend, like they said in Batman Begins. A fucking legend. This legend just says this film is the Dark Knight coma, an excuse for retirement. It's always, I don't want to do this, or I hope Harvey Dent can lock on the criminals because I'm so tired and I have to do push-ups and my armor is too heavy and always complaining. They say fucking Pattinson is emo. If Pattinson is emo, Christian Bale is 100 times more. And he breaks character in broad fucking daylight. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, and Rachel looks at him. Yeah. Oh, and she smiles at Harvey. That's why I hate her. She knows Bruce loves her. What she says? Harvey then just said, yeah, I can't go out every night because I'm too busy fucking Rachel. And Rachel just smiles and takes his hand. Oh yeah, aren't we fucking like savage pigs every day, every night? Oh yes, you bet we do. Huh? We have a lot of sex. Oh yes, that's good. That's good. Oh yes. Oh, I love you so much, Harvey. Oh, I love you so much, Rachel. Blah 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 blah. All while Bruce is in the Bruce's presence. It's like, mind your fucking manners. You're hurting him. Isn't Bruce hurt enough? Isn't he fucking traumatized enough? So now you have to fucking give him pain with the. He doesn't need to see this. You could just have you could how to rewrite this scene. Have Rachel look at Bruce, look at Harvey's den, and just take a sip of wine. Just or just tapping on his hand like, yeah, yeah, sure we do. Sure we fuck like pigs every night. But yeah. And oh my god, guys. I will never be able to. I mean, 22 minutes in, I want to kill myself. Fast forward a little bit. Okay, so we heard that Lau is in connivance with the mob. So again, breaking the law by making Batman go to Japan, China, not China, excuse me, and it was completely unnecessary. Again, it was just to spend a lot of money and to take a lot of good shots. And again, who is responsible for the gadgets Batman used, for the strategy Batman used, for the irradiated bills Batman used? All gifts from Mr. Lucius Fox, not Batman. This is not a Batman movie. And then, oh, after all this fucking bullshit, finally something good to look at, something delightful to hear and see. A master of his art, a virtuoso, Heath fucking Ledger, the fucking master. The makeup is really good. Everything is really good. His voice is pitch perfect. His all his little characteristics, his intricacies. He said he was licking his lips because the prosthetics dried his mouth so much. But it's a great addition to to his movements, to his persona, and it's a great ironically that he has black makeup over his eyes, because normally, at least, we have to wait to 2022 to see it, but Batman always has black makeup around his eyes. So just and I don't like the fact that he says we killed the Batman. Maybe it's just to break to get the mob with him, but like he says later, Joker, that's the last thing Joker wants to be. And I think they went a little too fast. They should have, so start like this. Again, rewriting this piece of crap movie. Again, how do you begin the first action scene? You want to put Scarecrow on? Great, have him on. Have him on. How about a Joker operation? How about the bank heist is at night, which would make more sense? And no civilians, no trouble, no fuck the cameras. You're never bothered with cameras, so no problem with that. Less staff, less no civilians, no need for possible collateral damage, or I mean, you could replay the same thing, but even more simple, bare down simple. Have a scene between the Joker and Scarecrow. Oh my god, two Batman villains together. Oh, how creative. You're supposed to know that. You're writing a $250 million Batman movie. You're supposed to know that in advance and have a first interaction with Batman and the Joker. Not fucking an hour in, fucking at the beginning, and then you take you take a lot of time to build the tension from this first interaction. Their first, I mean, yeah, why not? There's a writing tip that is called start with a bomb, start with a blast, and that means that you start with a bang. You just start instead of starting like they said, with only the villain. Start with a big action scene with Batman and Joker right in your faces, and each playing off each other, and then you can have this scene that says, "Oh yeah, we killed the Batman," and we know he's joking because we see we have seen already how he conduct himself against Batman. Because now, for a long ass time in this movie, we don't know and we don't get, because we don't let this scene. And again, never do something for free. But then you don't care about money, so why take it? It's a lot of contradictions. And if all the answers are he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy, well, it's just the same problem. So I'll break down, guys, and this will be the first part. Um, next is a great scene. I like this pivoting. The camera is going in a circle, and we see Batman in the shadows, in the darkness. He is absolutely unrecognizable. Batman is in the shadows, not speaking, just watching them, and we have a certain camera that going on around them. The characters are played perfectly. Again, the next move is to extradite Allow from Hong Kong, and it's like Yeah, how are you planning to do that? Oh, well, I'll just take a pass at my favorite friend, the great Lucius Fox, because I'm way too fucking dumb to find how to do it myself. And yeah, quit Gotham? What the fuck? No, I'll find another way to hurt him. I found another way to get him, to remove him from my fucking eyes. I found a way to put him in fucking jail or in Arkham or in whatever way. Because I'm a fucking Batman and I don't play like a fucking lunatic that always needs to pay a visit to fucking Lucius Fox to get all his toys and all to replace all his skill and training with a guy that runs under the radar, I think, billion and billion dollar manufacturer of weapons. I'm tired and a friend for tonight. I'll see you guys for the next part when I feel like it, because god damn, this takes so much out of me. It doesn't look like it, but it destroys. It's just as bad as Batman and Robin. It destroys the character. It might be better, it might look better, it might feel more real, more serious. Why so serious? Well, yeah, but it is. But it's just, at the end of the day, isn't it just better camera, better actors? That's about it. The script is pure shit. So yeah, fuck this movie. Rest in peace, Ledger. You were great. Only good thing. So, enough part one, and see you guys next time.